The Pied Piper of Hamelin. Long ago, in a town called Hamelin, there was a very big problem. The town was beautiful, with cobbled streets, tall houses, and a river that flowed gently through the hills. Children played in the fields, bells rang from the church, and the people lived in peace. But one day, something terrible happened. Rats came into the town. Not just a few, but hundreds, thousands. Big ones, small ones, brown ones, black ones. They were everywhere. The rats ran through kitchens, chewed on bread, and squeaked in the night. They scared the cats, stole food, and even danced in the town square. They bit through grain sacks, nibbled shoes, and squeaked loudly during bedtime. Babies cried, shopkeepers shouted, and mothers couldn't bake bread without rats stealing the flour. The people of Hamelin were tired, frightened, and didn't know what to do. Children clung to their parents, afraid to walk alone. Even the bravest dog ran from the bold rats. They went to the mayor and shouted, "Please help us! These rats are ruining our town!" The mayor held a meeting in the town hall and promised to find a solution. But no matter what they tried, traps, poison, loud drums, or even magic spells, the rats stayed. Nothing worked. Then, one sunny morning, a stranger arrived. He wore a long, colorful coat stitched with red, yellow, and green. A feathered hat sat on his head, and in his hand, he carried a shiny wooden pipe. His eyes sparkled with a quiet kindness, and his footsteps made no sound. He walked through the town, and children peeked out of windows, whispering, "Who is he?" The stranger went straight to the mayor and said, "I can help you. I can make the rats disappear." The mayor looked at him with hope. "How?" he asked. "With music," said the stranger. "If I succeed, I would like 1,000 gold coins." The mayor agreed right away. "If you can rid us of the rats, you shall have your reward." So the stranger walked to the center of the town, lifted his pipe, and began to play. A sweet, strange melody floated through the streets. It was cheerful and soft, yet magical. The townspeople stopped and listened. Then something amazing happened. The rats heard the music. Their ears twitched. One by one, they turned and began to follow the sound. From every house, every cupboard, every crack in the wall, rats poured out. He walked slowly, still playing his pipe, and the rats followed. Out of the town he went, over hills and through the meadow, all the way to the river. The rats followed him right into the water. As the last rat vanished beneath the surface, the piper stopped playing. The people of Hamelin cheered. "We are saved! The rats are gone!" The piper returned to the mayor. "I have kept my promise," he said. "Now, may I have my gold?" But the mayor frowned and said, "That was just a little tune. Do you really think it was worth 1,000 gold coins? We will give you 50. That's more than enough." The piper looked sad. "I do not break promises. You should not either." But the mayor only laughed, and many townspeople nodded. Thinking the danger had passed, The piper quietly walked to the edge of town. Then he lifted his pipe again and played a new melody. This tune was gentle, like a lullaby. It floated softly through the air and into the hearts of the children. The children smiled. Their feet began to move. They walked out of their homes, laughing and skipping. They followed the piper down the streets, past the trees, and into the hills. The townspeople watched in shock. "Come back!" they cried. But the children kept walking, happily following the sweet sound of the music. Parents called out, running after them. But the children were full of joy and light. The music carried them like a dream. Up and over the hills they went, and then they were gone. The town fell quiet. Hours passed. The sun began to set, and shadows grew long. Then, just as the stars appeared, the children returned. They were safe and smiling, holding little flowers and shining stones. Their eyes sparkled with wonder. They spoke of a place filled with singing birds, warm sunshine, and trees with rainbow-colored fruit. There were meadows of soft grass and fountains that glowed in the moonlight. In that magical land, they had played games, rested in hammocks, and listened to stories told by butterflies. The piper had taken them to this place. Let them laugh and explore. And when it was time, he brought them back. The people of Hamelin felt ashamed. They had broken a promise, but their children had returned with kindness in their hearts. From that day on, they kept every promise they made and listened more carefully when someone offered help. And as for the piper, no one saw him again. But sometimes, when the wind is quiet and the stars begin to shine, you might hear the soft notes of a pipe drifting gently through the air.